In the wild, survival is everything. It's a relentless game where predators constantly evolve to become faster, stealthier, and deadlier. But what about the prey? How do the hunted fight back without fangs, claws, or brute strength? The answer lies in evolution's most astonishing toolbox. Natural defenses so strange, extreme, and brilliant they defy belief. Some creatures launch chemical bombs from their bodies. Others punch with the speed of a bullet. There are animals that melt themselves down just to escape danger, break their own bones to fight back, or even bleed acid. These aren't scenes from a science fiction movie. These are real tactics used by real animals just to stay alive. Join me as we count down 15 of the most unbelievable natural defenses in the animal kingdom, starting with a tiny sea creature that can literally shatter glass with a single punch. 15. The mantis shrimp, punching faster than a bullet. On the ocean floor lives the mantis shrimp, a brightly colored marine crustacean that doesn't use venom or stealth to protect itself. It uses physics. With a pair of spring-loaded appendages, this shrimp delivers a punch at speeds of 23 meters per second. The force is so strong it creates cavitation bubbles, tiny underwater explosions that generate heat and light. These shockwaves are powerful enough to stun fish, shatter shells, and even crack aquarium glass. There are two kinds, spearers and smashers. Either way, predators learn quickly. Mess with a mantis shrimp, and you get knocked out cold. 14. The bombardier beetle, chemical explosions from its rear. It may look like a harmless insect, but the bombardier beetle is a walking chemistry lab. When threatened, it mixes hydroquinone and hydrogen peroxide in a special abdominal chamber. The result? A boiling, toxic chemical blast that reaches 100 degrees Celsius, fired in rapid bursts from its rear end like a turret. It can aim in any direction, delivering painful, sizzling spray to any predator's face or mouth. With over 500 species worldwide, this tiny beetle shows that even the smallest creatures can bring the heat. Literally. 13. The hair-shooting tarantula, weaponized itch and pain. Forget biting. Some tarantulas defend themselves by launching microscopic barbed hairs into the air. Called urticating setae, these hairs irritate skin, eyes, and lungs. When threatened, the tarantula rapidly brushes them into a cloud of invisible pain. These hairs can cause rashes, vision problems, and even require surgery in severe cases. Species like the Goliath bird-eater and Chilean rosehair tarantula have turned their own abdomens into biological shotguns, firing first, asking no questions later. 12. The Spanish dancer. Sea slug. It bleeds acid. Don't let its elegant movements fool you. The Spanish dancer sea slug is chemical warfare in slow motion. When disturbed, this vibrant nudibranch releases sulfuric acid directly into the water through its rupturing skin. The acid sears through gills and tissue, burning any fish foolish enough to bite. Even worse, it stores toxins from its diet of poisonous sponges and converts them into more lethal compounds. No bones, no teeth, just acid blood and a bad attitude. 11. The blue-ringed octopus, a flash of light, then death. Tiny, beautiful, and lethally deceptive, the blue-ringed octopus flashes vivid blue patterns across its body when threatened. This isn't just a warning, it's the last thing many predators ever see. Inside its saliva is tetrodotoxin, a neurotoxin 1,200 times stronger than cyanide. A single bite can kill a human within minutes. There's no cure. It doesn't chase. It doesn't flee. It simply glows, and then it kills. 10. The Malaysian exploding ant. Self-destruction as a weapon. Imagine being so dedicated to protecting your colony that you detonate your own body. That's the strategy of Camponotus sondersi, the Malaysian exploding ant. When cornered, it contracts its abdominal muscles so violently that its body ruptures, releasing a sticky, corrosive fluid laced with toxins. This goo immobilizes or kills attackers, sacrificing one ant to save many. It's gruesome, it's messy, and it works. 9. The African hairy frog. Bone claws from within. Nicknamed the Wolverine frog, this amphibian from Central Africa doesn't just escape danger. It snaps its own toe bones, forces them through its skin and turns them into claws. When the threat passes, the bones retract and heal. Scientists still aren't sure how the frog avoids infection or nerve damage, but it doesn't seem to care. In the frog world, pain is just another tool for survival. 8. The horned lizard, blood-squirting eyes. When cornered, the Texas horned lizard goes full horror movie. It builds pressure in its head until blood vessels in its eyes burst, squirting a stream of foul-tasting blood up to 5 feet toward predators. The blood contains chemicals that deter canines like wolves and foxes. It's not just disgusting, it's effective. One spray to the mouth and most predators instantly regret their choice. 7. The opossum, playing dead with convincing commitment. Most animals run or fight, not the opossum. It flops to the ground, mouth open, tongue hanging, and body limp. But it doesn't stop there. It releases a disgusting fluid from its anus that mimics the smell of rotting flesh. This act can last for hours. Predators often lose interest, assuming the opossum is either dead or diseased. This isn't just drama. It's survival by deception. 6. The sea cucumber. Evisceration as escape. Sea cucumbers may look like harmless blobs, but they're escape artists with one of the most extreme defenses on Earth. When attacked, some species eject their own internal organs out of their anus. These sticky, toxic intestines entangle predators, giving the cucumber time to crawl away. And here's the wild part. They regenerate everything they lost within weeks. Imagine puking your lungs out to escape danger and growing them back later. 5. The puss moth caterpillar, alien warning and acid attack. It looks soft and harmless, but the puss moth caterpillar is a creature of nightmares. When threatened, it raises its head and unfurls 2 whip-like flagella from its rear, whipping them violently. At the same time, it sprays formic acid from its neck. The display is so bizarre and the chemicals so noxious that predators, even birds, back off. It's a tiny larva with a masterclass in intimidation. 4. The hagfish, slime that suffocates. This ancient, jawless fish is basically a tube of mucus with a spinal cord. But what it lacks in beauty, it makes up for in defense. When threatened, the hagfish releases a thick, expanding slime that can clog the gills of attacking fish, essentially suffocating them. It produces this slime in seconds, and can do so repeatedly. In the deep sea, the hagfish is a soft-bodied survivor coated in weaponized goo. 3. The immortal jellyfish, time travel to escape death. While not a defense in the traditional sense, Turritopsis dohrnii, the so-called immortal jellyfish, cheats death itself. When faced with injury or environmental stress, it reverts all its cells to a younger state, transforming back into a polyp, the earliest stage of its life cycle. It essentially becomes its own baby. This ability doesn't kill a predator, but it ensures the jellyfish can try again, and again, and again. Number 2. The electric eel, lightning underwater. Despite its name, the electric eel is more closely related to catfish than true eels, and it's armed with the biological equivalent of a taser. Using specialized cells called electrocytes, it can deliver shocks of up to 600 volts, enough to stun prey or ward off predators. The eel can control the intensity and duration, sending pulses like radar or unloading rapid-fire bursts to paralyze threats. Touch it, and your muscles stop listening to you. Number 1. The peacock mantis, shrimp, the most over-engineered predator on Earth. Yes, it's back. Why again? Because it doesn't just punch, it sees the world in ways no human ever could. The peacock mantis shrimp has trinocular vision in each eye and can detect polarized light and over 12 color channels. Combine that with its punch, and it doesn't just defend, it dominates. Its entire body is an evolutionary miracle of sensors, speed, and destruction. And while it's beautiful, remember this: it's not the biggest creature in the ocean, but it might be the most dangerous inch for inch. Outro. Nature doesn't play fair. It plays for survival. And the more you look into the animal kingdom, the more you realize just how inventive life can be when it's trying not to die. Whether it's vomiting your own guts, turning your bones into daggers, or electrocuting enemies with your skin, life on Earth is armed to the teeth in the most unexpected ways. So the next time you're out in nature, remember, the deadliest creatures aren't always the ones with claws and fangs. Sometimes they're tiny, sometimes they're squishy, and sometimes they just glow.